In this video, I will discuss about the predictive parser. Predictive parser is one of the top-down type of the top-down parser, and as we know very well, top-down parser can be divided into recursive descent parser. Recursive descent parser. And on the basis of this, we can divide the parser into backtracking and non-backtracking. Backtracking I have discussed in my previous video, and non-backtracking I will discuss today. And under the category of non-backtracking, I will take here recursive descent. I will take here predictive parser. So this I will discuss here. Predictive parser. What is predictive parser? How it works? What are the requirements? And why it is useful as compared to backtracking, and why it not follow backtracking, means it is independent of the backtracking. Now come to the point. Predictive parser now. Predictive parser, as we know, it is a recursive descent parser. This type of parser has the capability to predict which production to be used to replace the input string, because input is given to us, and on the basis of input string, this parser take the decision which production has to be used, so that string can be passed easily. So that, and here follow leftmost derivation, and input is read from left to right. The predictive parser, as I have told, does not suffer backtracking. As we know, backtracking is very expensive, so we should avoid this, and that's why we go for another option, that is non-backtracking, and predictive parser is one of non-backtracking parser. And to accomplish task, means how it work. It uses look ahead. Look ahead is kind of pointer. Look ahead is a pointer which point to the next input symbol. It point to the next input symbol. We have an input string, so look ahead always point to the next input symbol. To make the parser backtracking free, as I told, it is non-backtracking type. To make the parser backtracking free, predictive parser puts some constraint on the grammar. Constraint means there is some restriction on the grammar, and restriction what type? It uses only LLK grammar. LLK. Here K is we take as a 1, because here K, what is this L? What are the meaning of this? First L means left to right, means scanning is done from left to right. Now the second L here, it stand for derivation, that here leftmost, it means leftmost, and this K is used for the pointer which is look ahead and which point to the input string. So the parser uses this grammar, that's why there we put the restriction, and the grammar is LL, and LL grammar, top down parser use this type of grammar LL. And now how the parser work. Now the question is how the parser work. This parser uses stack, uses input string, and using parsing table, which is one of the most important thing, parsing table. Now stack, input string, and how these are arranged, I am showing with the help of one block diagram. Suppose this is parser which we are discussing here, and this is output. Here I am here using parsing table. Parsing table is one of the most important table here, and this parsing table is divided into two parts. One is action and second one is go to. One is action and second one is go to. And this here we use stack. Here we use stack, which is one of the most important thing. With the help of this parsing take place, it contains only non-terminal symbol. It contains only non-terminal symbols. And what about the input? This is the input, and one this is input, and this is stack. And figure is for predictive parser. And one thing which is very important here, look here, stack having the dollar at the bottom and input string having the dollar at the end. Input string having the dollar at the end. Both we can say, I can say both stack and input contains an and symbol which is dollar, and it denotes the stack is empty and the input string is consumed. When we find dollar in the stack, it means stack is empty. Stack is empty. And when we find the dollar in the input string, we will say input is totally consumed. That means we have scanned the input. So I am writing consumed. So these are the main this is the purpose of the putting dollar at the end of the stack, at the end of the stack and at the end of the input string. So here I can summarize what top down parser, how to distinguish the top down parser from one another. This is top down parser, and remove left recursion means if the left recursive grammar we will take, then the parser will stuck into the infinite loop. This is for the top down parser. And left factoring, recursive, after this when we remove this, we reach to the recursive descent parser. After that, this is two type, backtracking and non-backtracking. Then remove backtracking, which is not desirable. Remove backtracking is not desirable. Then we reach towards predictive parser. Predictive parser, which I discussed here. Predictive parser use table and remove recursion, and then it become non-recursive predictive parser. So I summarized here. First I start with the top down parser, then remove left factoring, remove left recursion, then we come to the recursive descent parser. And recursive descent parser are of two types, backtracking and non-backtracking. Removing backtracking, we come to the non-backtracking parser, which is predictive parser, which I discussed in this video. After using table and remove recursion, we get non-recursive predictive parser. So I discussed this part. So this is non-recursive predictive parser, which is using table, which is using input, which is using stack, and after using parsing table, it produces the output. Output will be the parse tree, and the string will be scanned, and it will show the acceptance, successful acceptance or no, the string is accepted or no. And now I will here discuss one more thing: backtracking and non-backtracking. Non-backtracking is predictive parser. Backtracking, which I have discussed in my last slide. As we know very well, backtracking parser it uses the technique which is based on the backtracking. It uses this technique used backtracking, as we have studied in a data structure. And here this type of parser not used backtracking, that's why it is efficient one. And here this parser means backtracking parser, it uses procedure means function calls, but here it uses production. After choosing production, the parsing is done. Here parsing is done by using the procedure. So I can say non-backtracking parser are more useful than backtracking parser, and it can use any grammar, and any grammar can work on any grammar, but it works on only LLK grammar. So that's why this is most powerful, and it puts the constraint on backtracking, and after putting constraint, and it is very successful. Thanks for watching my video. Subscribe the channel and like my video. Thank you.